What's up, everybody? Welcome to Sunday night. It is time for the All Things Fantasy Grounds talk show, which, by the way, is meant to teach and help, but the opinions stated by those of us on the show tonight are not that of Smiteworks USA, LLC, or Fantasy Grounds. And before we get to our guest, let me introduce an OG host who is with us tonight. Robin and Fury are both not present, but Leroon is here. How are you, Mr. Leroon?
I am doing great. I just excited to see this once again. Also, we are getting ready in the college for our Spooktober event next month, and looking forward to all the new settings and the new modules coming out this fall.
Excellent. Gerbil Slayer, thank you for the resub, sir. And our guest tonight is Theodore, and he is here to present Fantasy Module Parcher. How are you, Theodore?
I'm doing great. I've been working on this project, taking over from Mac since February, and we've gotten quite far with just the NPC portion of it. So I'm happy to re-show it as we did last week with Fantasy Grounds College.
Excellent. Well, thanks for coming on the show. And yeah, this project was started maybe 3 years ago by Mask, who had the NPC portion of it done, and he had, I think, spells and maybe a couple other items and stuff. But he kind of gave up on it, and couldn't make it work with his life anymore. I think he's a teacher for his day job. So you took it over, which was very gracious of you to do. And it is free for people to get, but you do have a Patreon page we want to mention, and Leroon will pop the link in the chat for you guys.
Yep.
So please go to Teddy's Patreon page and support this if you like the effort, but you can just download it. Patreons get an earlier version with some of the newest tricks in it before the public does. But do you want to kind of give for those that are watching that are completely unaware of what this does? Do you kind of want to give the elevator pitch about what this thing is for?
Okay, so literally Fantasy Module Parser, it is for currently, which I would not mind going into other virtual tabletops, but currently it is for Fantasy Grounds. And at this point of the game, you can create NPC modules, which we all know how much of a bugger it is to add NPCs to Fantasy Grounds, because there's all that typing. Well, with this, you can import directly from, excuse me, D&D Beyond, and right now from the old Engineer Suite. We have those set up in the near future, hoping next couple days we will have it set up where you can also import from PDFs.
Oh yeah, excellent. Yeah, that's the way that used to be. I used Engineer Suite, the original one. I used that actually to make like creature codex for Smiteworks, and at least one other one which doesn't come to the top of my head. But also, I would use it to make NPCs for, like, if there was more than say 10 NPCs in a project, I would use the Engineer Suite because, like you said, pain in the ass to type all that stuff in manually, and you could just copy and paste it in there. So really cool. And then eventually, if you look here, so right now the only thing that works is the NPC stuff, but all these other grayed out things, eventually you'll be able to make entire Fantasy Grounds modules with everything: backgrounds, classes, encounters, random encounters, equipment, feats, images, image grids, image pins, NPCs, of course, parcels, pre-gens, quests, and even a reference manual section will be there, which is the coolest thing ever. And then skills, stories, spells, tables. So there's nothing in a Fantasy Grounds module that you can't make when this is all in its completed form down the road. So that's going to be awesome.
So Ted,
yeah, go ahead, Larry.
I want to ask you a couple questions that we've already know that people would ask. A couple pre-questions. So does it work for
Definitely.
Unity?
Is 100% Unity compatible, where
Okay.
we always had issues with the Engineer Suite where the zipping wasn't up to code for Unity, and you would have to go unzip it, rezip it. It was a pain in the butt, but we have made it where it is Unity compatible.
All right.
And
And the last question
Go
that people tend to ask is, does it work for Pathfinder or any of the other rule sets?
Unfortunately, right now it is only for 5e. The Pathfinder and all those have completely different setups, and that might be something if anyone wanted to undertake creating a Pathfinder version or whatever. The developers and we could probably help you out a little bit, but at this point, we don't have the time to start on any other rule sets.
Okay.
Okay.
That's all I got.
And then someone in the chat already asked about line of sight, and I answered it, and you tell me if I'm wrong, Teddy, but it seems to me that to do a line of sight input thing, the person would have to go to a map and bother to learn all the coordinates that they wanted, which would be a giant fucking pain in the ass, and it's maybe easier to do it the way that you just do it now. That's my thought.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be able to do line of sight because, like you say, coordinates can be a pain. And right now, Smiteworks has a line of sight tool that helps out with that.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I don't want to go rewrite the wheel, you know.
Awesome.
All right.
Fantasy Grounds College, Libran, thank you for the resub. All right, so let's show people what they want to see. So I'm assuming I'll just click on this to start, but Teddy, I'll let you walk me through and tell me. And I have, if you want to show the D&D Beyond thing, copying or whatever you want to do, I can do it. So just let me know.
So first off, the main thing to always remember is if you are creating a module, which I'm guessing you're going to create a simple module here, you always want to go into your options and set the module settings first off.
Okay.
The very top.
Oh, these options.
Not that.
Oh, yeah, that's there's two options. You got
The
to make sure.
main option, yeah.
Okay, so
Manage project.
manage project. Okay. So we're just gonna call it, Teddy's test. Module category would be, I don't know, supplement. Module author, Rob Tui. Module file name, Teddy's test. We're just gonna say is the same. Oops. And then thumbnail file name, we'll leave that blank because I don't have one, but you would put your PNG or JPG in there, right?
Real quick note for the thumbnail file name and the module location, those are double clicks, and it will open up a window where you can select.
Which ones again did you say?
The thumbnail file name, if you double click in the text box.
Oh, excellent! So you can double click it and it'll go, and you can pull a graphic, which I can just for example's sake, I can do that. They have to be PNGs, JPGs. Okay, hold on. Let me go. That's the wrong one. Pictures is up here. I'll just pull any little thing. Here, I'll pull this right here. That's me in like 10th grade. Okay, and then you can mark it obviously GM only or lock records, like you can when you export a thing. And typically, unless you're making well, GM only is obvious what you would click that or not click it. Like in this case, we would because you don't want players to see the NPCs. This lock records one, though, many people misunderstand that. You never really want to use that unless you're making something like that's a Wizards of the Coast module or a Paizo module, and you're converting it for Smiteworks or something, and it has proprietary intellectual property in it, and you don't want people to be able to copy that. Otherwise, you want to leave it open because even you want DMs to be able to open the unlock the story entries and type information in there, or even unlock monsters and change an AC or whatever they might want to do. So this rarely ever gets used. And then add module name to, okay, so on the path I can double click it, right?
Work at this point, the little checkbox. It's something that was in Engineer Suite that we just have not actually implemented yet.
Okay. So I need to go to, oh God, I don't know the name of is it App Data, Roaming, Fantasy
Yep, app
Grounds,
data, fantasy grounds,
modules.
modules.
Okay, cool. Boom. Right there. Like that. All right.
And then you save and close.
And I want to say NPCs, right? And
Those are not a thing right now, being that all we're doing right now is NPCs.
okay.
Once we get into including like spell options, tables, and so on,
Then you'll go to
then we
this.
will
Okay.
make those. Yeah.
Okay, so just save and close. Boom. Oh, where am I gonna save it? I'll just save it to what do you call it? I
And to wonder what that has to do with is it does create a .fmp file, which is the JSON file for all the information that goes into the actual module.
gotcha. Okay. So I just saved it in my downloads folder because after the show I'll erase it because
Right.
this is just gonna be a okay. So we did that. Now what?
Okay, so if you are manually typing the information in, which most of us are not going to take the time to do that,
Right.
you would then go through all the different tabs and you would input your information. The one thing I would like to point out is the hit die or hit points. You can either double click in that box or click dice roller, and it will bring up that window right there where you input your number of dice and size and all that. The NPC token, we all know, is typically going to be a PNG file because you want that circle or whatever, and you don't want all the white in the background of it.
Right.
It is another double click field.
Okay. Cool. So you go pull out a token, and I can put one in there if we need to. So if we get to that step.
It's not even an issue at this point because
Okay.
you don't have to fill that in to build a module.
Right.
So as you go through the different tabs, you got resistances. This is a big thing that we actually changed recently. Is if you go to the damage resistances,
Oh,
yeah,
damage.
in there you would
Let's.
just select the ones.
Yep. Pick the ones you want, and then. Yeah.
Now, the one thing I'm going to mention in here is if you pick the bludgeoning, piercing, slashing, and then you choose a special weapon resistance, bludgeoning, piercing, slashing will always appear on the right side of the semicolon when you're looking at damage resistances. So if you chose, say, fire, and then you put bludgeoning, slashing, piercing, you would have fire, semicolon, bludgeoning, slashing, piercing from non-magical weapons.
Okay.
And
And
it goes the same way with the damage immunity.
okay. And this makes me wonder when this is like, do you have a what do you want to call it? An instruction manual or a like how would somebody know that what you just told me unless there was a documentation on it? Do you have documentation?
At this point, that has been on the back burner. I know,
Okay.
bad thing. But
Right.
we have a wiki site out there, um, which is wiki.fantasymoduleparser.tech. And if you go there, you can start helping out make documentation for it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Otherwise, as I can get to it when I can, but hey, you know me, I want to get as many features for you guys as possible at this point.
Right. And also you do have a Discord, so if anybody has questions, and I'll put that in the
Yes,
chat here
definitely
real
have
quick.
that Discord.
And I'm on that Discord, so and I'm actually not on that many Discords. I'm on 1, 2, 3 main Discords. Mine, Fantasy Grounds College, and Fantasy Grounds
Fantasy.
regular. And then of the other four that I'm in, you have elite status. I'm in your Discord, and then I'm in Gwydian's, Dave's, and Drake's, and that's it. I'm not on any other. I know people that are on 100 Discords. I couldn't take it. But anyway, guys, go to his Discord, and he's got the whole community there. There's 326 people there, so he's got a few folks to talk to if you do need some help or get some questions answered. All right.
But continuing through, you've got traits next. If
Skills is
people
next.
use the skills, sorry, that's pretty self-explanatory. You add your bonuses and then your languages. User area, if you have any new languages that are not included, if you go up to the main options area where it says manage categories,
Yes.
and you'll see there is a tab called user created languages. And also, this is a section where you can add more categories for NPCs.
Whoa! I tried to add one and it gave me a ration of error here.
That is what I can't actually even read that.
Yeah. Well, neither could I. But I think. Oh, I gotta close this. Did it add it for me here? Let me find out.
No, it did not.
Oh, it would be
It
right
would
here.
add it
It would add it here. Okay.
in the user section.
So
Yeah.
that probably will rarely be needed, but it will be available to do that if you need it.
And I've tried to find these bugs with user languages, and it's everyone else can create them, but I can't replicate them.
Oh yeah, like here, let me really quick. Let me. How did I do that again? Oh, here. Orcish, because that's not a language. Orc is the language, not Orcish. So it says win error 32. Let me see if I can decipher what this might be.
What's the unhandled part of it says? Could not find part of what?
Path.
Could not. Yeah, the path. My path to. Oh,
JSON.
it wants the config JSON to be in my FMP my FMP folder. Which, do I even have one? Is that a thing?
Yeah. So
is that where it installs?
Yeah. Okay. So that was what it seems to be. So if you go to your roaming, and there should be an FMP
Yeah,
file.
there's not an FMP. That's why.
Ah, okay. Then that would be something I have to look at and make sure that it creates those when you do the installs.
Okay.
So it may have been something that came up in the past that you may have to do an uninstall, reinstall, and it'll fix it.
Okay, because I just downloaded this newest one right before the show, and I had the old one, so I might have screwed something up by doing that.
Oh yeah, by uninstalling the old one, it may have removed that folder.
Okay.
But all right. Anyways, moving on.
Got a question
in the language.
too.
Okay.
The question is, do you have a live? This is from Tom Knapp, a live GitHub open source thing.
No, our GitHub is closed source because at this point, the other developers and I were trying to figure a way to possibly monetize it. But of course, the program itself will always be free.
Okay.
It would be like special little things, like maybe a of monsters that you could purchase or something just out of the ordinary.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
Okay, so next is what? Traits.
So, well, if you look down below, go back to your skills real quick. Is language options. If you click on that, you get those special options.
Right.
That you see periodically, and those will translate properly into your module so that it'll work with whatever is in the monster. And then, of course, telepathy, which we don't have many monsters in D&D that are telepathic, but one of the biggest ones being those damn abyssals. in the target or in the range, make sure you include feet, miles, inches, whatever, because it will be read. So yeah, like 120 space feet. So that would be translated directly into your module. Now, moving on to traits.
And it's cool that you have like most of the boxes. If you hover over them, it tells you fill in the range and the unit of your NPC's telepathy. For example, 150 feet or 5 miles. Cool. Okay, so moving on, you said to traits?
Yep. So you see a completely blank section where if you hit add traits, it brings up something we are all used to, or actually, no, this was where we completely got away from what Mask had done with traits. You will actually just manually enter the trait name and its description right there.
Okay, so sneak attack, and then, you know, blah, 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 whatever the hell sneak attack is, right?
Right, yeah. And then if you add more, then you can start using the up and down arrows to or organize them as you want them.
Oh, right, okay. So by adding another one like that, okay, then you can, yes, the top or next one down, yeah, okay. Oh, is that, let's see, is that, so this one goes all the way to the top and then down, down. What's the difference between the red one and the...
It moves them up one or down one.
Oh, I see. So they're it's just up and down. Okay, and then if you want to get rid of it, you just like that, boom. And be careful
Very
because
easy.
Control Z doesn't work. If you delete it, it's gone. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. Once it's deleted, you got to re-enter it.
Okay.
So
Next.
another being the innates and psionics, which of course we all know who is very psionic. Once again, Crazy Aboleth.
Yes.
If you have any innate spellcasting abilities, you have to check that box. Otherwise, it will not include any of the data you enter below.
Okay.
Up where it says include innate spellcasting for NPC.
Right. Right here or Marcus
Yeah.
Psionics as well. Yeah. Okay.
And those will be translated properly into your module.
And this populated for me automatically, so if you have to change it, you can. But otherwise, that puts that there for you.
Of course, yep.
Yeah.
Because most of them, that is what you would be using for your innate spellcasting.
Right. And then you go and you put all your stuff separated by commas. Boom, boom, boom.
Yep.
Shields, comma, firebolt, comma, whatever the hell.
Yep.
All right.
And
very good.
And if you're not actually going to use it, then go ahead and make sure to uncheck that for when you create the module. Otherwise, it could break it.
Yeah. All right.
So moving on to actual spellcasting. Same sort of thing. You got to check the include spellcasting and make sure you fill in all that information. And the cantrips is the only one that will have the ability to select at will. Otherwise, the rest of them is a number slot.
Right. And 9 is the max. Whoops, 9's the max.
Right. And then once again, it's all comma space between your spells.
Yeah. Yep. Power word kill, comma wish, comma yeah, whatever.
Right.
All right, cool. And then down here, mark spells, I think, is if you put an asterisk, then you would put like what that means. Like these spells are from Xanathar's Guide or whatever, whatever you put in.
Whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
And then move on to actions, which is the bread and butter of what every monster has.
Yes.
You click on add action, and it brings up a new box where you have multi-attack, a weapon attack, or even an other attack. Multi-attack, you check that box if it has multiple attacks, like can do 2 talon attacks plus a tail or whatever,
Right.
And then you click add and it'll put it over on the left-hand side.
Right.
And you
Can
go over
do-
your weapon. Yep.
There we go.
And you see, doing that, it only edited what was already there.
Right. I think in Mask's version, it added it again, and you had to delete the former. So it recognizes that you already had that, so it just edits it. That's cool. So yeah,
Now,
we would make
weapon
a weapon
attack.
like Penis of
I will.
Enlightenment.
I will mention while we're at it, eventually we're going to get that to where you have the drop downs like you did in Mask's version, where you could just quick select, but we haven't gotten that completely figured out yet.
Gotcha. Okay. And then you can preview it, whatever you put in here, and then you can add it over there like that. The Penis of Enlightenment.
Yeah.
It's +0.
The
Reach
one
5.
thing
Wow, reach
that
5 feet.
you'll
Holy
notice-
shit. Sorry, go ahead. I was just being silly.
But the one thing you'll notice in that preview is it does not include the weapon name. In Mask's version, you would actually see that weapon name there. Why have it there when it's not even included in the same field?
Right. Yeah, because if you're looking at a stat block, it lists the title. The title is the name of the weapon, and then the first thing that you see below it is either melee or ranged or whatever. Yeah. Right.
Exactly. Then you got your other attacks, which would be like a whatever. God, I've ensnare,
Yeah. And then
and then you type what actual information on that one is.
You would have to
something
go,
that does.
You would have to do it this way, right? Melee. You'd have to type it in the format.
No.
Oh, you don't?
No,
Okay.
this is for those that do not fall under a multi-attack or a weapon attack style. Which under weapon attack you have your range, you have your melee attacks, and then you even have your spell attack. So this would be those ones that are weird, like if creature is 5 feet from you, you can do this, that, and the other.
Right. Okay. So yeah, it could be anything you type in there. Gotcha. So
Right.
that's the difference, because this will cover what I was trying to do before, but this
Question.
is a weird. Go ahead.
Related to this topic, the PO, what do you call it? The POE, the Penis of Enlightenment.
Yes.
It does not have magic when it's ticked. It doesn't show in the description.
Oh,
So
let's
when you
look
put,
at that.
Yeah, because someone was wondering about that.
Oh,
Isn't that something you have to do in properties of the actual weapon?
it is. But
does it need to display or not? That's another thing.
Yeah, that's a good question. Like, what if I checked all these? And then
So
yeah,
exactly.
none of that. I don't think I don't think that I don't think I've ever seen a stat block for an NPC that says adamantine, versatile, cold forged iron. I'm not sure where those play in there, but then the question would be, why are these even here if they don't apply anywhere, you know what I mean?
They're just fantasy grounds only.
Yeah.
What if it's a spell attack? Is that? No,
I think that's something that that the developer and I need to look into.
Yeah, that's a good
I know
question.
it's something
Whoever asked
that
that question, that was a great question.
Yeah, that was
I know
John.
For those
the
of you
versatile
that are, yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. For those of you that are wondering what the hell we're talking about, right here, specifically what we're saying is if I check any or all of those, they don't appear here in the description. So, but you guys know, like when you make a not an NPC but a PC, and you have these properties of a weapon, those are put in the weapon, not anybody's stat block. So that for the NPCs,
Right.
you got to figure out how that works, I guess.
Okay.
So the one thing that I will put a caveat on that is the versatile. Now, if you have it be a melee or
what?
Yeah, we lost you there. Oh, did he go away? Hold on. Sounded like his voice went all robot-y there for a second.
Yep.
Let's see if he's here. He's probably still here, just having trouble. Yep. He was going, I think he was about to say that if you have the versatile, wait, what happened? Did I go?
Versatile property.
If you have the versatile property, it might, let's see if it changes it. Oh, and then by the way, so yeah, see, I lost it, so you can go click this edit button right here, and it'll bring you back to what you got.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Versatile means that if they use it with two hands, it'll be a 1d8 instead of a 1d6 or whatever. You guys know what versatile means. So yep. I'm wondering, yeah, it's too bad. I guess we're just gonna have to wait for him to come back. I don't know what happened.
Okay, I will do that. Let's see here now. He's still in the call, so that should be okay.
Yeah, he's there. Eddie, we can't hear you. Typing, There we go.
Hey.
Cool. I don't know what happened. I unplugged my mic and plugged it back in.
Okay.
But if you type in the other text, you go like, if used with two hands.
Oh, yeah.
It should work that way.
Okay.
What if used with two hands, damages D8 or whatever?
I think it is like 1d8 damage or 1d8 slashing damage if used with two hands.
Oh, okay. It probably has to be the exact text because you know how Fantasy Grounds is.
Right, exactly.
So it would seem to me that if you checked versatile, your software should offer up like which dice do you want, and then it would populate that for you. Is that a thing that can be done? I'm sure it is.
Oh yeah, we can definitely get working, but that is something. But yeah, if you could help out with that, the aspect of putting a FMP feature request, that's something we could definitely work on because me trying to remember everything, good lord.
Oh, by the way, how do people do that? Let's tell them that now. How do they do that?
So if you go into our Discord channel, there is two sections. One called FMP, FMP features, which is down at the very bottom.
Okay, right here.
Then you have, and then you also have fantasy module parser bugs. If you follow the pinned area, it'll tell you exactly how to set it up. And the moment you copy and paste that little section there and you fill it in with your information, it creates an issue in our GitHub for us.
Oh, nice.
So we can look at it later.
Okay, so yeah, you see examples of people doing that. It all looks the same here. So yeah. Cool. So there you go, everybody. And we put the Discord link in there again. Right there. He just did it. Okay, excellent. So community project, everybody. I mean, if you see something that needs attention, you can let them know. And by the way, Theodore, I wasn't aware until today that it was more than you working on this. I didn't know that you had like a couple, 3 guys doing it. I didn't know that. That's cool.
One of them more just make sure that we're following C# syntax properly, and he don't really do the actual coding as much, but he's there in the background to help make sure that we don't over bloat the code.
Right. Yeah. All right, cool. So there you go. You can add weapons, and I'm assuming it's the same for reactions. You can add...
But reactions and legendary actions and lair actions are all manual fill-ins.
Yeah, they all are, yeah. Because they're all so wildly different. Yeah, there's no set thing you can say. Cool.
And then description is done in markdown language.
Oh yeah, so
Where
that you can do bolding, italicize, underline, headline, uh, text,
that's
chat,
body text, yeah.
chat, and tables. Yep. Or sorry, bullets and
Tables,
lists.
no, that's bulleted. Yeah. Tables we haven't yet figured
I
out
haven't
yet.
figured it out. Yeah,
So
that was Mask did that,
no.
but it was a long time. It wasn't in there right away. He figured that out later. But including the
And
spell list, is that you can't check that? Is that why?
all of those boxes are non-functional right now.
Okay.
There's something we'll work later. These are we're trying to follow Mask to an extent.
Yeah.
At all those, if we figure out we don't really need them, hey, we'll just get rid of them.
Right.
And if you are questioning how to do the markdown language, if you click on that markdown help, it's all right there for you.
There you go. Nice. And then the last thing is image, which is easy. You just either double click or hit the button and go find your monster image and put it in. Boom.
And it will actually show up right there in the middle after you select an image.
Yeah, here I'll just do an example. Everyone's favorite image. Wait, where did it go? Where did it go?
Pictures.
Here it is right here. There it is. Yeah. That's my high school. That's my sophomore in high school.
Oh my god.
And I photoshopped in the player's handbook like a year or so ago, and I was telling people this was my and I blame Rob too, he wasn't on there, and I was convincing people that was my actual real, like, I took the player's handbook to my yeah, I was telling people that's what they were like, you fucking moron, you're such an idiot, and I was like, no, I photoshopped that in there. But
That's
look at
funny.
that handsome son of a bitch.
That
Oh
is
my
amazing.
God. If you saw me now, you would not even think this is the same person. Like, I don't look anything like that now. Anyway, that's the monster you guys are all going to be fighting, and don't forget, he's magical.
He's a wizard.
He's a wizard.
He's a wizard.
That's right. And then you can
4 hit points.
There you go. Yeah, I have 2 hit points. Yeah, my actual first D&D character, Leyrune, as you know, had 2 hit points. And it was
what happened to him? He got shot
killed,
in the gut.
He was killed instantly. Like 4 hours of character building, and I was killed in the first 30 seconds of the game. And I got mad.
Don't tell anybody.
Yeah, I said I'm never gonna play D&D ever again, and now look at me. All right, cool. So I'm imagining we get to do an example like from D&D Beyond. Are we gonna do that?
Yes, definitely.
All right.
So at this point, you can either open up D&D Beyond, or if you want to show them even importing from the industry, you could do that too.
Oh, I wonder if I even have any files left from from NPC Engineer. I know I do because I save them just in case something blows up in my face and I need
good old days.
I don't even remember the path for it was all right, let's just calm down.
It should be in the app data roaming NPC engineer.
Here it is right here. Okay, so I do have some.
So if you open up in a text editor, open up the NPC file in a text editor.
Okay.
So not Word.
Here we go. Open with. Just open it. Don't open with. Why are you bothering me with this?
Because it's a .npc.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you have the answer. Open with text. Here we go. Notepad. Boom.
Now, literally, Control A, Control C. Select all, copy.
Okay.
And then now go back to, import text. Make sure you click new monster. And then make sure, we see it says Engineer Suite version 1.
Yep.
And then click in the box and paste it all and import and return.
Boom. now I can go over here and there. Look, that's even there already. Look at that shit.
Nice.
That's crazy. And is there a token? Where does the token appear here?
Don't
Look
know.
right. We don't have the visual of the token.
Oh, okay,
I
but
will.
it's there. So now add to project, right?
Yep.
NPC's been added,
And
then
there you go.
create module. Hold on, let's do it. Let's show everybody.
Create module would be under the main options. Yep.
Create module. Oh, got an error. Uh-oh. An unhandled exception occurred. URI formats are not supported.
Oh, so it has to do with the NPC or the image link. So what I would say at this point, go okay.
Okay.
And remove either the NPC, well, remove the NPC token.
And try again.
If you want to pull up that NPC token, oh yeah, go ahead and try to create module again.
Yeah, I got the same error.
Okay.
So someone asked, can you remove token artwork if you later decide to? So remove the token artwork. That's kind of what we're figuring out now.
Yeah, you can go in here, take out the token, and then add to project again, and it'll overwrite it.
Yep.
So yeah,
and that might be the whole thing. Add to click add to project.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to do that. Yeah, there we go. Nope, still got the error.
Okay, so here's where the fun part is. There is that dot. Oh, well, I can tell you right now, it's because the one that's broken is still in the .fmp file. So if you go into, go ahead and, oh crap, you know what? Go ahead and create a new module.
Create a new. Okay, hold on.
Manage project. No, yeah, and literally under file, create new module.
New project, you mean?
A new project.
Okay, and then do all this. Okay, we're gonna call it.
Do all that again.
Rob, category NPCs. Me. Module name, just call it Robbie. There's probably something called Rob, so Robbie Rob. And thumbnail will be.
Don't even worry about thumbnail right now. We're not.
Okay,
we're not gonna.
I'm that quick.
All right.
Module path is app data. I don't like the way Windows does this. I hate the way this is. When it's Windows 10. What is it? Oh, Fantasy Ground. Here, right here, Fantasy Grounds modules. Boom. Okay, save and close. Now, does it matter where I save this? Could that be? Is that a thing, or doesn't matter?
That don't matter because it's just your .fmp file.
Okay. All right, so I did that.
Right. So new PC.
Sorry.
Go to File, New NPC.
Oh, right. Okay.
And then go ahead, import the NPC again.
Okay.
And now remove the NPC token. And also remove, and not double click. And I would say at this point, just for a test thing, remove the image too.
Okay.
All right. So now go ahead and hit save NPC and then add to project.
Save NPC gave me an error. Unhandled exception could not find. It's looking for that FMP path again. This is all probably because I didn't install it right.
Right.
I mean, it only takes a minute. We could do that right now. I could just uninstall all this bullshit and redo it. Should we do it?
Yep.
Okay, let's do it.
Go ahead for that.
All right, let's just everybody relax. Nobody panic. Anybody that's watching, calm down. First of all, Rob doesn't understand how to remove stuff from the. I can't even spell. Here we go. Control panel. This is the way I like to do it. I know you're supposed to go into settings. I don't like it.
So Teddy, did you start with Fantasy Grounds College? I know you're a member.
Yes, I actually did my D&D all because of Fantasy Grounds College. Well, not actually. Actually, I got really heavy into it.
Right.
I started off as a Roll20 player.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, but then I realized.
I'm sorry, I just got sick right then when you said that.
Right. But then I realized that, Roll20 sucks, and I found Fantasy Grounds, and it works so much better.
We love it. You said it, not me. That's just, we love it. We love it. Okay. Now I'm going to go, I think I can just use I downloaded your setup thing that you gave me before the show. I can just use that.
It should work.
Where in the hell is anything on
my computer? You lucky bugger.
Install. And then
you are lucky to have Rise of the Drow.
I made Rise of the Drow, sir. I converted that. I'm the one who. Yeah, I converted it for AAW. It's gonna maybe come out Tuesday. Maybe. Nice. I turned it in like a month and a half ago.
How long did it take you?
Months.
Okay, I was gonna say I was looking forward to that too.
Yeah, it took a long. It's 550 pages, that PDF.
Oh my god!
It's gonna
Can
be.
You please
it's gonna be $80 to buy it is what the price is.
Nice. Can you do Rapping a Thuck, please?
No.
Take someone else. Someone else is probably already doing it.
Did this open for me automatically? Is that what? Or maybe I better just not. Everybody, calm down. Just to be sure.
Now you just click on the FMP up there.
Right. Okay. Boom. Okay. Now, let's get to it, everybody. Let me see if I can do it without. Let's see if I can do it without any coaching. Create. No, don't tell me. Manage project. New project. Okay, so now we're gonna call it. None of this shit ever got saved, so I can just use all the same names.
So first step is create a project.
Create a project. Module name is gonna be this Robbie Rob. We're gonna call it. Thumbnail. Don't worry about it. Well, I want to be able to see it though. I want to see what we get, so I'll put that in there when we open it in Fantasy Grounds.
Do special characters break this, by the way? Because they used to in some of the other iterations.
I believe if you have a number starting the module name, it does break it.
Okay.
But this mine won't because it's
Because you're Rob, you wouldn't do that.
No, I wouldn't do that. Okay. All right, now next one is import. Oh no. Yeah, well, I mean, I shouldn't have to do new NPC, but it's already new. Okay, so import text. Put the text in. And then, do you want to try it with the picture and the token and see if it works?
Yeah, let's try it with the picture and token.
All right, okay, it didn't work. All right, so let's take out the token. Try to save it. That didn't work either. Let's take out the image. Try to save it. Still doesn't work.
Yeah.
Could not find.
We got a question
users.
for you.
So wait a minute. Okay, go ahead. Oh, I know why. It's looking for the Abyssal Stalker JSON file in the new directory. That's why it's happening.
Okay, so you have to save NPC first.
Save NPC. Yeah, it doesn't let me do it.
Okay. Yep.
A quick fix might be to move that NPC file just over here to this location, and it might be okay. But it seems to me if it's a new NPC and I'm saving it, it should just save there, right?
Yeah, from an import, it should just save automatically.
Because I would hate to end the show having shown everybody nothing. None of it works. Here, let me.
Well, it's still beta, so it's not.
Yeah, it's totally beta. Let me get that. Let me get that file.
So, Teddy, is it because of the version of NPC Engineer, or does that even matter?
It may actually be. I don't know.
No,
I
no,
mean,
but
So
we were
you got
using.
but you have to understand, Leroon, the program is telling you when the error comes up, it's saying I can't find this file. So it doesn't matter what the file is, it just can't find the file. So I'm gonna make it happen.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna take these two files and I'm gonna put them. Oh wait, I still don't have an FMP. Well, okay, hold on.
Create an FMP
Roaming
folder.
roaming FMP, right? So here I am in roaming,
Yep.
and I don't have an FMP folder. It just never happened.
Create the FMP folder.
Okay.
I'll fix that later.
All right.
To where it automatically creates it when you install or whatever.
You cannot get nerdier than this, folks.
I love you, man.
Also, it wants FMP/NPC. Okay, hold on. So NPC, new folder, NPC. Now I should be able to do it without putting those files in there. Let's see if it works now.
Now at this point, yeah.
Okay, it did work, I think. It's not acknowledging me, but it doesn't give me an error.
Yeah, open up NPC folder.
Yeah, there it is, baby. Okay, so when you click Save NPC, it would be nice if there was an acknowledgement that it worked, but I don't. Okay, add to project. All right, now create module. Oh, snap!
Yep.
Woohoo!
So it's just a minor directory bug thing. We had a question.
Okay, let's see if we can find it now.
Question is the save dialog. Will the save menu navigation be changed to better or closer emulate Windows 10? That is, where you can copy paste a location link from, say, like Windows Explorer, as an example. I will save this question for you if you can't answer it, and give you time to think about it.
Okay,
I know
as I
that
suspected, I need to restart.
C#. I know that C# looks for a specific way the files are written out. So I think the issue is we probably cannot do it that way, but that double click is why we did it the way we did. Because I think it has to have the double backslash on every one of them. It has to do with the fact that programming languages use an escape clause, which is that single backslash, and you put two of them, so you get both backslash. So you get one backslash in there.
Now, interesting, by the way, the what do you call that? The thumbnail. It didn't scale it down. It just cropped it. So I don't know if that might need to be fixed.
Because would be something that you would have to actually have your thumbnails be the right size.
Okay.
Good to know.
So here we go. NPCs, the Abyssal Stalker, the Abyssal Stalker,
there
the
we
Abyssal
go.
Stalker. And it's not going to have the image, I don't think, because I didn't have it in there. And it also doesn't have the token. But there it is, everybody. Boom. There's the whole
whole shebangy.
Yeah, now if I would have had the image in there and done it, and then we could have done the token as well, but I didn't do it. So good. Let's fix that.
Oh. So John was saying, you guys, related to that issue, it's possible that the Windows Defender pop-up during installs may have stopped the creation of that folder.
Oh.
So maybe it was a permission thing.
Yeah, because I was very frustrated. I kept telling Mask, every time I go to do this, it warns me and it says don't run or do run, and he goes, yeah, there's nothing I can do about that, and yours does the same thing. Because I guess you have to have a Windows certificate and it costs $1 million or something. I don't know.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
To have a signed signature, yeah.
Yeah. It's like trying to put an app on the App Store. You got to give them $200 or something.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You owe us for your first year.
Yeah, right? What the hell?
Right?
Okay, so I'm trying to. Okay, here we go. I'll just go get it. Roaming. Here,
Nerd alert! Nerd alert!
saved NPC. Okay, I'm gonna copy this and this. We can't copy. Fucking oh, Jesus. All right, let's just
God
everybody
damn, we're nerds.
just relax. My problem is I can't remember. Like I have such bad memory. Even like 3 seconds, I can't remember how to get anywhere and go to where these files are. Okay, here we go. NPC engineer. Here, and it was NPCs MME2. All right, I want this one. I don't want this one. Oh no, just this one. Wait, is that the token? Oh, it's backwards. That's interesting.
Yeah.
It's backwards. The token's backwards from the picture. Whatever, it's fine. Okay, so I'm gonna go there, and then I'm gonna go put these in FMP NPC right here, like that. Okay, now. Right, I gotta go find that fucking Windows. It doesn't bring up the last location. I so wish it did that.
I can fix that. I was having an issue with that originally, where it was bringing up the last location, which would actually piss me off. But we'll definitely fix that, where it'll
There
bring
should
up
be
last
a
location.
there should be a well, but it's a Windows thing. Like maybe you can program
No,
that within the software, but I'm
it's a
frustrated with
setting
that
I
all
put
day,
in.
every day, with all the stuff I'm doing all the time.
So one suggestion to help fix that directory thing earlier was to see at some point, not during the show maybe, but if you can run it in admin mode so it bypasses the defender when you install it.
Oh, interesting.
But let's save that for maybe after the show.
Yeah, definitely.
So I will put that in our chat so we don't forget.
All right, let's reload it and see what we get. I saved NPC. I added to project. Lickety split, like that.
So Teddy, I'm saving some of these questions for you.
Of course.
All right, let's do it. Let's go to. I wonder if I have to open and close the module. I might not have to do that. No, I do. Okay, fine. You tell Fantasy Grounds. Fine.
Fine.
God, get off my
by
back.
the way, there is a reload now for Unity.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I'm so
Unity,
glad they did that.
oh my
So glad
God.
they did that. Oh.
Whew.
All right, here we go. Oh, the image isn't titled. That's interesting. I didn't put a title. That's why. You have to.
Oh, that's.
Oh,
Yeah.
so the image is not there either. What the hell? Did I do something wrong? Hold on. Oh. Add NPC. Yeah, I didn't add the link. Duh.
Well,
And...
actually, that does not work. That
it doesn't.
not. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We
so
haven't figured out. Yeah, we have not figured out links yet.
So the image is here in the module, but it's not named, and it's also not linked on the back page, right here.
Correct.
But the token.
Correct.
Is.
No, the token's not there. Where is it? Here it is.
Oh.
The token's here, but it's not on the monster. So I don't know why that is.
Why? Okay, that's weird because it should be on the monster. That one should be.
I mean,
try
I can put it
reloading.
on the monster.
Right. I wonder if it. Well, that's something I can look at and see, but should have put it directly on the monster.
Let's restart Fantasy Grounds from scratch and see if that makes a difference. It shouldn't, but it might. Let's try that.
Well, the fact that you already added the monster to your, or the token to your monster, that has already changed it.
No, because that's just in the campaign, not in the module.
Okay.
Right? So if I go here and go close it and reopen it, I'll bet it's not there actually. I'll bet it's just not. Oh, it is there. Okay. So, right, so that either worked or here, hold on. NPCs. Okay, hold on. Let's delete that, right? And then let's revert module. Get it again. No, there's no token. Okay. So that doesn't work.
Okay, so I'll have to look at that for sure.
Right. Anyway, but you guys get the idea, and this is of course still beta. So the most exciting thing, not only about fixing up these errors that are there, is when this thing is all done. I don't know. Have you calculated, Teddy, the amount of months or years it's going to take you to get through all this?
Oh God.
I mean, do you have
Well, let's just
any
say,
guess at all about that? Or I mean, I don't want to back you into a corner and make you promises, but have you thought in
yeah,
your head like, oh, this is going to take me till next summer, or have you thought about it?
I would honestly not be able to give you any idea. But the one thing I know is that with the knowledge we gained from building the NPCs, will help us a lot in getting stuff released quicker. So it took us like 6 months to get the NPC ready. I think we're talking half, if not a quarter of the time to do each module after that, unless we find out there's a lot more information detailed into the subsections.
Got it. So I actually want to try. I want to try what was just suggested. I'm going to uninstall it, and then I'm going to install it as administrator and see if I bypass that thing.
And make sure to remove the FMP folder
Oh yeah,
first.
good call.
And you want to install it as the admin.
Right. So I'm
Right.
going to go to try again. What? You stupid.
The
You
hell
don't.
did that
Because
say?
it's
still yeah.
Oh, Jesus
Remove the
Christ.
because
application.
fantasy module
Right.
Okay.
I get excited.
and
Okay, now it's
close
gone.
fantasy module parser.
Oh right.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, now I'm going to go to downloads and I'm going to run the setup as admin. Wait. Run as administrator. Oh, snap! Install. Oh, 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 I'm so excited, everyone. Now, it installed it, so let's go see.
Did it make the folder?
It didn't put the folder.
Now, let's go ahead and try. See if you go and add it and then try to save if it actually creates that folder.
Okay.
Try to launch it as admin too, so it has the right permissions.
Oh wait, I didn't put a project. Hold on. Manage project. Can I import a project? How do I do that?
Yes. File load.
Oh, here.
Project.
Oh. Manage project file load. And I want downloads. Right here. Boom. Teddy's. Yeah, that. Okay, so that. Okay, save and close. Okay, now try to save this NPC. Nope. It tells me it doesn't. You can't find it.
Well,
So
that NPC. Yeah. So I have to look into that.
Okay, because when it's installing, it's somehow not creating that directory, and it wasn't what the person thought, because that was a good thought that they had, but when I did it and bypassed the security, it still didn't do it. So.
And to answer the question about in the Patreon for the app, maybe vote on what gets done next. Assuming there isn't some dependency, we already have done that, and the vote was spells. So that is our next section we are working on.
What is it? Fantasy Grounds? Well, I could just get it out of the
module parser. It's literally the name of the app.
right. Okay.
Fantasy module parser.
There we go. And then I think if you're a Patreon, you get here it is. You get votes. So yeah, spells was got the most votes. Wow, people did. Oh, maybe you can vote multiple times, so people were checking more than one thing. I smashed spells and walked away. That's what I was thinking was be the next.
Right. But now with 29, I believe, patrons.
36.
36 patrons. Hey, Look
Right?
at that.
Well, you got something from the show tonight, right now. That's why you thought it was 29. You got something new.
No, actually, that is the number. I just hadn't known the real number,
Oh, okay.
but I knew we had a lot. The only reason I know that's the real number is because 128. I knew that number for the monthly donation. Yes, I mean, we do put up voting for next sections. Spells is going to be fun. I can't wait for that to be working. I'm going to definitely be calling on my patrons for a little bit of assistance because, number one, I want to get PDFs going. First off, we're not going to have this little gripe fest that we have had over why is import from PDF not in there?
Yeah.
I don't want to go that again. I don't want that again. So we will definitely make sure import from PDFs is there before it goes to public release.
By the way, we never did show. I mean, we can just give an example. We never did show the
D&D Beyond.
D&D Beyond. So let me find our favorite.
So this assumes
That
you have a
was-
basic account, right? For D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
You can
Yep.
like I have everything, but you can get to some monsters if you. Okay, so here we go. So I'm just gonna copy this whole thing, right?
Copy the whole stat block.
All right, and then I'm gonna go
The
to
aboleth.
File, New NPC, and then I'm gonna go Import Text, and then right here I'm gonna change it to D&D Beyond and just post it, and then do it. Boom, done.
And then as you scroll through all the different areas,
it's all there's the thing. It's got its traits. Boom. It's got its casting.
Skills.
Oh, it doesn't have spells. I thought it did.
It might be innate.
Well, neither one of them's got anything in it.
Wait, check the stat block.
Yeah. It may not be right.
Oh, it doesn't have casting.
Ah, there we go.
Wait, psychic drain. Oh, that's a legendary action. That's why.
Oh wait, legendary. Okay, let's look at that then. It'll have that actions. Here we go. Boom. Psychic drain. There it is. There they all are. Yeah. So it doesn't Avalon. So everything's there. We just thought it had spell casting, but it doesn't.
We assumed. Yeah.
The description isn't there. Doesn't. Oh, you know why?
No.
You got to copy and paste that.
Yes, that's right. The D&D does it different. You have to fucking copy. Oh, la 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 whatever, all that shit, whatever the hell it is, and then just pop it in here, and it should
just pop it.
It doesn't format it, which I think masks did. It formatted it for you when you did that, but you have to go through and format it if you want it to look like this. If you want it to be, with the bold and the headings and all that stuff. I don't know if that's something you can do.
Because of it's the markdown.
Yeah.
It's because of that markdown, and that would be hard for us to know exactly which piece is bold.
But when you did that, but when you copied like that for NPC Engineer, it actually, when you pasted it, it did this, and it did this, and it did the dots, and it did all of it. He was able to somehow make that happen.
I don't know what he actually did, but he also wrote it in a different language completely.
He wrote it in markup, hashtag markup or something, whatever it was. I don't know.
No, auto hotkey.
Oh yeah, auto hotkey. Right. That's exactly right.
And even auto hotkey had its limitations, which was why there was a lot of stuff he couldn't get working.
Yeah. Well, so there you go, everybody. Still a few things to be worked out, some kinks to work out. But once this thing is done, and again, I remind people it is in beta, so it's not meant to be perfect at this point. But if you're entering PCs by copying them or by, especially the manual entry is just going to be so much easier to go through and do that than it would be right in Fantasy Grounds. And so, yeah, so there you go.
Well, I definitely appreciate the time to show off. Like we said, we found a few more bugs. Yay. Story of my life.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. You got to get people to use it in a bunch of different ways in order to get it to...
Oh my... that is the biggest thing. Is I want people to actually use the program, find these bugs for us because I want to squish them. They're annoying. They're as bad as cockroaches.
So yeah, I encourage everybody that's watching now live here on Twitch and also on YouTube to go grab this. I'll make sure the link to where to download this is in the description of the YouTube video as well. And then test it out and make some monsters and create yourself a little module, even if it's only 2-3 monsters, and test it out. And then if you find bugs or if you find errors, let Teddy and his team know, and they'll get on it. And then as the weeks and months go by, you'll see new functionalities coming in. The next one of which will be spells, and then eventually at some point, my dream was that you would take a PDF of an adventure and just copy the entire PDF and paste it into Engineer Suite, and it would figure it out. It would make the monsters and the reference manual and the classes and the race. I don't know if that's even possible, but you can at least do all the
I don't
sections.
think that would even be possible.
Yeah,
Holy
that
hell.
was my dream. My other dream would be to have a pair of eyeglasses and just open up your Fantasy Grounds table and say, okay, everybody, let's play. And you would just sit there and it would just do everything. It would just roll all the dice and move all the tokens. That's just
you never know. If you get this far enough along, Teddy, maybe someone will buy out, because if you make the process of creating almost the entire module with that tool, maybe someone will say, "Hey, why don't you join our team?" Or maybe they'll buy out. Who knows? You never know.
Who knows? But
Yeah,
I
you
don't
don't
know if
know.
I'd really want to sell it.
No, I'm just saying that's just a possibility. I mean, I talked to Mask
Yeah.
about it, and he said, "Yeah, I'd sell it."
Everybody's got a price.
Yeah, but
right.
then at that point you have to buy the app, and
No,
that's
it would be
part of
for
the.
internal use, not for necessarily sale.
Oh, you're saying like Smiteworks buy it out or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm implying that. I'm not saying.
Yeah, I mean
Right.
it's a possibility. It's not by any means a for sure thing, but you remember the guy that made Par 5e? They basically absorbed him.
Parser,
Yep, and that's still
you
used today.
bastards.
The developers, yeah, well, the developers use it, but it's not for the public. So they took it so that they could have it, and they made that guy part of the. Now Zeph, the guy that made that, he's since disappeared. I don't know. He lives in like New Zealand or somewhere anyway, so it's kind of hard to know what's up. But he was in the hospital, and so he was sick for a while and kind of out of the game. But they basically made him part of the team. Because of that app, I'm sure, but he also did other stuff for he's been like a Smiteworks guy. Zeph Kronos, I think his name is. He was been like 15 years since before Doug and John even owned it, like way back in the old times. But yeah, you never know. It's like it's like Amazon. They go out and they just absorb all these companies. So if this is a fantastic thing that they think would be, or that someone thinks would be a good business to have, you might get somebody might offer you some money. Who knows?
Yep.
I've always personally thought that might happen to me with the coding packages that I have that I sell on DM's Guild. And I actually talked to John about it a couple years ago, and they said, "Oh yeah, we thought about that. We thought about coming to you, but they said ultimately we didn't want to take the time. Plus, they get a lot of people don't know this, but Smiteworks actually receives 10% of every sale I make on DM's Guild. So they're happy collecting their little. Yeah, absolutely. That anything that anybody publishes on DM's Guild and they check VTT or Fantasy Grounds, 10% of DM's Guild's side, not out of my money, but out of their money, goes to Smiteworks. That was their agreement to let people make Fantasy Grounds. They want to be paid for their license. So yeah, everybody that sells anything, if you go to DM's Guild and you type in, search for VTT modules or Fantasy Grounds modules, anything you buy, no matter who made it, 10% of that cover price goes to Smiteworks. So they're happy collecting their little 10%.
So them buggers have been making 10% off of me time I sell my $27 module
Well,
called
but
Balduran's Guide
so
to
to be
Kingdom
technically
Building.
correct, a point of order here is that they're not making it off of you. They're making it off of DM's Guild out of their end.
Yeah, out of
So
their
you're not
percentage.
being money is not being withheld from you. It's being withheld from the DM's Guild side.
Right.
So
Yeah.
WotC makes a
But
percentage.
still, they're
DM's Guild.
making like $1.40 off of every one of those
Yep.
modules that sells.
Yep.
Boy, I
Yeah.
see why they love just sitting there taking royalties.
Yeah.
Wait, you have materials on the DM's Guild right now?
I do.
Under
One of my
what name?
biggest ones.
What's your
It
seller's
would
name?
it would be Theodore's Story.
Yep.
Not
Now
theater. I spelled it wrong.
theater.
Theodore.
Theater.
Theodore's Story.
Theodore. There you go.
Theater.
Nope.
That's not me.
Which one is any of these yours?
Maybe Grimm screwed me on that one.
I saw one that had your name on it somewhere.
If you just type up there
Oh.
for artist, yeah, I don't have any creator.
STORY, is that right?
Yep.
Did I spell Theodore right? Okay.
THEODO.
EODO. Okay.
Oh my God, Theodore.
Theodore. Okay, here we go. So here's all your stuff here. And what did you say was $14 or whatever it was?
Balduran's Guide right there.
Baldur's
It's a
Gate.
20.
Oh,
No, Balduran's Guide to Kingdom Building.
Mm-hmm.
I built that monster of a module. It's like 400 plus pages.
Damn.
So they make $2.49 off that. Or yeah, that's right, $2.49.
Yeah, they make a good chunk off of that.
And then DM's Guild makes 40% minus what they have to give to Wizard of the Coast, and then you get 50%, or whatever the cut up between you and Trevor and all these guys is.
Cut, yeah.
Huh.
But yeah, I mean, that was definitely a fun one to build, and I don't know if anyone's actually used it. I put a lot of work into that. Even the reference guide looks like beyond what a Wizard of the Coast guide would look like. I know XML
you know how to
way
check
too
your
well.
sales, right? Do you check your sales figures?
Yeah, I haven't looked at that in forever.
Oh my
Because
God,
I've gotten
dude!
out of
I refresh this fucking page every 13 seconds. I have to know what did I get. Right. One second. Let's look. So today is we've got 2 hours left, almost 3 hours left, and today I've made $302. I refresh this thing; it just stays open on my other monitor all day. I gotta know every 10 seconds what it is. I'm obsessed. So, but yeah,
one of those guys that I don't have a whole lot. So, and I've gotten out of the conversion game because of this app.
Yeah.
And there was some whole hubbub over me and some stuff I posted on Twitter that away from app or converting. But
you're
other
preaching
than
to
that,
the choir, buddy. I've been in trouble on Twitter so many times. But the unfortunate part of it is, I used to be a stand-up comic. Everybody that watches the show knows this. I was a professional comedian for 15 years. And it's in my bones to make jokes. And a lot of the jokes, if you don't know me personally, you might think that I'm being inappropriate. But what I'm doing, if I post something on Twitter that alludes to racism or alludes to homophobia or alludes to any type of thing where people get upset if you discuss these things, I'm basically making fun of racists or people that are homophobes or all the evil people in the world. I'm making fun of them. I'm not one of these people myself. I say things ironically to make fun of people that are assholes. But there's a certain subculture of people that are, we all know about it, the cancel culture people, and they have nothing better to do than to scroll through Twitter and find somebody to try to call out and make trouble for them. So I've been in trouble a few times, so I get it. And the unfortunate part about it is I had to basically change my personality. Now I do yell at the president on Twitter. I yell at President Trump basically daily, but I never post anything that isn't just like, hey, here's a new thing on DM's Guild, or come check out the show tonight, or whatever. It's all just business now. But it's an unfortunate thing because, so I get it. I don't know what you're talking about specifically, but if you got into some hullabaloo on Twitter, I get it, because there's just people that have nothing better to do, sit and look at their fucking phone and go, oh, this person said something I don't like, let's cancel them. It's just a ridiculous situation. It's ridiculous. Okay, I'm over it. My rant is over. Sorry you had to suffer to death.
His blood was
Hey,
boiling.
it's all good.
Yeah.
Bellis is Twatterverse.
Twatterverse,
Like
yeah. And the unfortunate part of it is Twitter and Facebook, and in some instances some of the other social platforms like Snapchat or Instagram and all those. They're sort of a necessary evil. I really only use barely Facebook and then Twitter. That's really all I do. And then my Discord server has some people, but that's like a private server. It's not really out there. You have to like actively come there to look at stuff. Like Twitter, you might accidentally see something. So, but if you're not using that, you're missing out on some awareness from people. But along with that comes the evil of, safe spacers that with their emotional support dogs that can't handle even one sentence from people that don't know them, and they have to go say, oh, this Rob Toohey, I can't believe what he said, and let's call WotC, and let's call Smiteworks, and let's boycott him, and don't go to DM's Guild. And luckily WotC and Smiteworks and that they get I'm not the only one. This happens daily to many dozens of people, right? And they have to just let it go, I live by the adage, try not to offend, but try 10 times harder to not be offended. Like, live your life. Stop fucking bothering people.
I would agree with that 100%.
Yeah. I don't need to see Rob Toohey's Instagram. Caesar, I got you a special password. It's just the naked pictures for you, buddy. That's it. Naked pictures. My liver scar and everything. Oh, all the fat hanging out. Yeah, you'd love it.
Oh my god.
Totally. Only fans of Rob Toohey. Prom date. So good. So yeah, if you want to check out his stuff, everybody, Theodore Story. As a matter of fact, I'll put that link in the chat here. Go check out his DM's Guild and make sure that you buy some of his stuff so Smiteworks gets 10%. That's how you do it. But yeah, anyway, so the end of that conversation was, Leyrun and I had lunch with John in Seattle, Moon Wizard, about August of 18 maybe. And
yeah.
I asked him about that, and he said, "Oh no, we thought about that, and we, because it would be nice to have those things." And that's the biggest complaint is people buy my modules and then they go, "Well, why the fuck isn't this just part of it already? Why doesn't Fantasy Grounds just already do this?" Well, because there's a million things the answer to that question could be about. And by the way, people do ask that. Like, as soon as any Team 2e person puts out a new extension, we at least get a couple people go, "Hey, why isn't that already part of Fantasy Grounds?" It happens every time we make anything. And the answer is that Smiteworks isn't a fucking building full of 3,000 people. It's like 10 dudes. And some ladies.
And I'll tell you, your extensions and so on, oh my god, they are definitely gotta haves.
Right? I agree with you.
Your one-click modules, yes.
Oh yeah, Diablo Bob's one critically awesome essentials, and well, here. So this is how you know. Here, let me back out of this. Let's just do this instead. This is how you know. This is how I know that the team is doing well, and that we're publishing things that people like. Is if you go to the virtual tabletop. If you click on the filters DM's Guild and virtual tabletop, all the top titles. Yeah,
Jesus Christ!
It's just all me. It's everything. This is one that Rob and Nix did, which is a very popular PDF exploring Eberron, and so these titles are ranked by number of dollars sold divided by number of days active. So the spells and these purple ones, they've been on the DM's Guild for like 3 years. So, and they're still number 2 and number 4. Yeah. So we get a lot of, and then this one isn't mine, but it's the tokens that is used with this one, the critically awesome essentials. And so that guy got a bump. Hagrid, he's in the Discord. He got a bump when we said, "Hey, let's use your spells let's use your spell tokens in.
Great idea.
Yeah, it was a great idea. And what we did was we made it so that, we didn't steal his material. In order to use it, in order for it to work, you have to actually buy his thing. So he got a bump all the way up. But look, all these solid colored colors are all us. And it goes down the list. This one is
Good
me.
Lord.
This one is me. Yeah, it's crazy. Like the first title you get to, that isn't the. So this is this is sort of a flash in the pan. This is very popular, and it's a high price item. It's $30, but it's only been live for like a month or something. Let's see how long it's been alive. September 1st. So yeah, so 13 days even. That's it. So this will eventually slide down the list. This one right here will slide down. And if you don't count that one or the tokens, which we actually helped bump, the first time you get to a foreign title is all the way down at number 26 right here. Because this guy's Daniel Pryor's, this is pretty popular. The maps for Dragon Heist, that's just wildly popular.
Yeah, but that's maps, so that's
yeah. And I don't do maps, right? So, and then you continue, and it's still us, and then you start after 30, you start getting into some other titles from other authors, and like Grimm and everybody else. But yeah, so we're very proud that we basically dominate the top part of this.
Top 30.
Yeah.
Top 100.
Yeah, top 30.
And I'm super. One of the things that I never imagined in a million years would ever happen in this business or any business is that I would have a team of people, all who make money from some nonsense that I started 5 years ago. Like, it just grew into this business basically. And there's people who are out, there's people who don't like me, and there's people who are out to get me. But that happens when you're at the top of anything. There's always somebody there to want to knock you off. So I don't take it personally, because if I did, why would I take it personally? Because, I'm not going to lose sleep over it.
It's healthy competition, and it improves what you already have.
Right, but I'm talking about the people who don't know me personally, and I say,
oh yeah,
I go on Twitter and say, there is no God, and they're like, oh, we're going to cancel you. You're an atheist. And I'm a Christian, and I don't like you, and so I'm going to take you out. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Go back to high school.
You get your non-Christian mouth out of here.
You shut your godless mouth. Yeah. And there's, I'm sure there's. I lean away from the Republican Party. That's not a secret, and I'm sure there's some staunch Republicans out there that don't like me because of that, but you got to compartmentalize it. Just because I lean toward the left politically doesn't mean that my team and I don't make fantastic modules. It's got nothing to do with it. They're separate things. Like I don't like what Bill Cosby did. I absolutely abhor what we found out about Mr. Bill Cosby in his life and all the nasty things that he did. But that doesn't mean that the comedy albums he put out in the 70s aren't still pure gold. They're genius. It's one thing's got nothing to do with the other. So I don't get why people but that's all this canceling and everything. Yeah. Did I say rant over before? Okay, now rant over. Now it's over. Now, right now.
I was gonna say it's time.
Oh yeah, don't get me started on human beings and societal situations. Yeah. I'll never stop. Okay, anyway. So good. Wow, hour and a half. Whoa, awesome show.
Well, hey, some real quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
It looks like within the next day or two, we should be able to release the PDF importer, but we're definitely going to look into those other things that are having issues in the that we were just found out.
Yeah. Well, so good. So
but
before we go, we gave your Patreon site, we gave the link to the Fantasy Module Parser website itself. Anything else we missed or that you want to let people know about that we haven't covered tonight?
I don't think so. I mean, the Discord channel, the Patreon, how to download it, that's pretty much it at this point.
All right.
And
cool.
if you follow up in the Discord channel or the Discord server, you will see we are constantly working. If you happen to catch our GitHub commits, they explode some days. We're releasing like 4 or 5 updates that were like, oh crap, we missed this part. Oh, we missed that part.
Diablo Bob has a question. How do you work with other people and not have really bad experiences? Yeah, Diablo Bob's had a couple of personal run-ins with other developers.
Beep, beep.
And by the way, did you want to name the other people on your team? Because I don't think we talked about that.
Yeah, who are they?
So one of the gentlemen that has been doing a lot of the work, and I'll say he has the most credit for most of what's being done, is a guy in our Discord by the name of Darkpool. And the other one, which Darkpool was originally a Java developer, and he's like, hey, I'll help you out. I've wanted to learn C#. Okay.
Yeah,
And being a
cool.
developer, he already knows syntax and all that. It was just making sure to get the difference between Java versus C#. And the other one is an actual Microsoft certified software engineer by the name of Dusk. And he is also the person behind a popular D&D website called 5e Tools.
Oh
I
yeah,
know that.
He's the
yeah.
one
5e tools.
that
Yes,
he's the one
yes.
that's been making sure that we're not bloating our code.
Oh, cool.
So those are currently the other
I
two
must.
guys that I work with.
5e.tools. What an idiot.
Yep.
5etools.com.
5e.tools.
Oh, it is
No,
5e.
it's 5e.tools.
Is
Yeah.
it? Oh, so here it is. Okay.
Yep.
Oh no, I've never been here before.
Oh
Use
my
Discord,
God.
use Foundry, use Roll20. I don't see Fantasy Grounds mentioned here anywhere. Thank you. I don't like
No, it's not. He's a Foundry fan personally, but he definitely believes what we're doing and
Cool.
has been helping out to make sure that our code don't get too bloated.
When I see this right away, this is what I think. This is what comes into my head. You got all the information here, all the different stuff about all the different sections, and then you come down here and it says, do you use Foundry? Do you use Roll20? The reason Fantasy Grounds is not listed here is because if you have Fantasy Grounds, you don't need any of this stuff. I'm just joking. You do if you use Foundry or Roll20 though, because it's not complete. But Fantasy Grounds is all complete. That's just a little joke, everybody. Everybody knows I love Fantasy Grounds. All right, Leroon, before we end the show, do you want to remind everything, anything, the stuff's happening
Yes.
at FGC?
Yeah, so I just put a link in for Spooktober. Right now, we're looking for people to run games if you want. Just come on over to the college. The link will be in the chat. And I want to know what's going on next week when you get a moment.
Oh, next week's show is going to be a run through of Rime of the Frost Maiden. And of course, we will be giving away a copy of it on Fantasy Grounds to a lucky viewer during the live show. By the way, if you're watching this on YouTube, first of all, I always say this at the end of the show. I should say it at the beginning. If you're watching this on YouTube and you've watched a 93-minute video, congratulations to you, because no one does that. But if you are watching on YouTube, please come join us for the live show on Sunday nights so you can win prizes, because we always give away stuff. Except for like today's case where it's free, so we don't have to give away. You can just go get it. But yeah, next week we're going to do Icewind Dale. Week after that, we're going to talk about Random Treasure Generator NPC Maker with Priest. The following week, Gaming Buddhist will be on with his new project that isn't even out yet, and that's why this is blank. I don't even know what the title of it is, but let me just say it's awesome. It's amazing, and people are going to shit themselves.
Right on.
And then we're going to need to get, find some people to come on and talk about stuff in the interim between now and November 22nd, which is when we'll go over Tasha's Cauldron Everything, which comes out the Tuesday before. And of course, we'll give away a copy of that as well.
Oh my God, that looks so great too.
Yeah. We started playing. I'm going to have to be careful on next week's show because Saturday nights on my Twitch channel, we play this already. We had a session 0 and character building, and we ran a little encounter that wasn't really part of the book because the book doesn't come out
I love you, man.
tomorrow night. But I'm gonna have to be careful because I'm a player in this, so I don't want to spoil it too much. But usually, what we do on those shows
I
is
love you, man.
we just cycle through the reference manual and show the maps and the pictures and stuff. And I can't remember shit the next day.
I love you, man.
Hey everybody!
Bam, Zeke.
Thanks for all the subs.
Nice.
Thanks for everybody's a VIP now.
I
don't know what's
love you,
happening.
man.
Thank you everybody for the subs or whoever gift sub. What just happened?
A whole
By
bunch
the
of
way,
people got some subs from Zeke, I believe.
I
I
love
can't
you,
believe the entire
man.
show I didn't have the Bit Boss up.
Oh, shame
Yeah,
on you.
I know, right?
Oh,
And I should have had that up there. I should have the FC. I don't know. I think I was making a video, so I shut. You don't want that on your video, so I shut that off.
yeah,
Anyway,
that's true.
thank you everybody for the subs and the gift subs and the follows and the VIPs and I'm so overwhelmed I can't even speak, you guys. So
Hey, I'm gonna hop on out of here.
Yep, thank you Teddy
I
for coming.
appreciate
We
the
really
time.
appreciate it.
Oh, it's Draco's Wizard. That's who did that.
Oh, good. Thank you, Draco's Wizards. By the way, Teddy, when you get more in a few months or whatever, when you got way more stuff done on this, feel free and we'll come back and we'll do the show with you again. Happy to do it.
Oh yeah, definitely. I don't mind showing it off. Not every week, but hey, once a month, every couple months.
Yeah, whenever you feel it's appropriate to come back next time, in a few months from now or whatever, we'll gladly book you on the show and have you come back.
Maybe after we get the spell options functioning better than NPC is functioning at the moment.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right,
get
my
closer
friend,
to a release and a beta release on spell options.
Right. Okay.
All right.
So we'll let you go,
Well,
buddy. Get back to your wife aggro that we know you're having over there. We heard it.
Yep.
So thanks again, and we'll see you next time, Teddy.
bye-bye.
No problem. Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. So for those of you watching, let me put on the slides. Don't forget to go if you want to get this this Fantasy Grounds module parser. Go get it because it's free. And please, if you're using it and you want to support Teddy, go to his Patreon, and we put the link in there 50,000 times. So you guys got it, and I'll put that in the description of the YouTube video as well. Check out FGC. Get involved with Spooktober. My lovely co-hosts that abandoned me today. No, they have reasons. They'll be back next week, and don't forget that Robin is running 5e pickup games on Tuesdays, with the exception of this Tuesday, which will be me. So if you want to play with me as DM, why would you? Wednesdays is round robin, except this Wednesday I have a special guest because Robin is off for the week. Fridays, of course, is Dungeon the Mad Mage. Saturday is Icewind Dale, and we are using Unity for that, so come and check that out. People seem to be pretty excited about that. And then Sunday, of course, is this show, and next week, we already told you, will be the walkthrough of the Frost Maiden module, and we'll give a copy of that away to some lucky winner. So anything else, Layroon? Anything else? Did we do it?
Nope. We did it. We were good.
We did it. All right. Thanks, everybody, and until next time, good gaming, everyone.